Okay, we are going to use Inventor to recreate this angle bracket here. Okay, it looks complicated, but it's actually pretty simple, and we're going to have it dimensioned in a very exact way. So you should open up Inventor and see this page. We are going to choose a part file, not a drawing, but a part file. Okay, let it load up. And let's, as usual, start with a 2D sketch. So click on the button. I'm going to choose the XY plane. Either one of them would work, but we're going to go with XY. And I'm going to start by trying to recreate the edge profile here, okay? So I'm going to go to Part, and I'm going to go to Rectangle, and I'm going to just draw it. I'm not really worried about size right now, but I do want the next rectangle to be lined up. So if I hover over this area here, you'll see how it kind of pops in and out of being in line with that other rectangle. Make sure you stay in line with it. And then somewhere down here, start a new rectangle. Again, not worried about size. So let's add some lines. So a line here, down to this corner. And then somewhere over here, I'm going to draw a line. Again, keep it at 90 degrees. Okay, make sure it's at 90 degrees. And notice how when I got to the bottom, that little dotted line pops up. That means I'm even with the bottom. Click, and then one more to there. So now I've got my basic shape. I need to use the trim tool right here and trim this little piece just by kind of clicking on it. The dashed line will disappear. And then this one down here. All right, so now we're ready to make this the right size. Okay, so let's use the dimension tool. Click on the dimension tool, and I'm going to start with my widths. So the way dimension tool works is you click on one side that you're dimensioning, the other side that you're dimensioning, and then just kind of drag your mouse out to the side. And that is going to be 0.25. Click OK. And I'm going to hit zoom all to get everything back in my screen. All right, and let's do another dimension. Here, here, and then right here, 0.25. And one more. Here, here, and out here, 0.25. All right, so now all our widths are good. Let's do a few more. So dimension. We're going to go here to here, should be 1.75. Okay, and then here to here, also 1.75. And again, pause the video as we go so that you can keep up. Okay, I'm going to hit zoom all. And the last dimension I'm going to do is here to here. That was close, but 1.75, enter. So now by assumption, because these are 1.75 and this is 0.25, this should also be 2 inches. So 1.75 plus 0.25 equals 2 inches. So now all our dimensions are good. I'm ready to start extruding. So again, to extrude, hit finish sketch. Zoom all to get it back in the screen, and let's hit the extrude button. Okay, by default, it goes to 1 inch, which is good. That's what we want. Okay, you could change it if you wanted to, but for this video, we're going to keep it at 1 inch. Click OK. And now if you go back to the angle bracket, you can see I want rounded edges. So let's do that. Okay, the easiest way is with a fillet tool. If you click on the fillet tool, we're going to select the different parts we want rounded. So I'm going to select here. And with Inventor, you can actually, even though I can't see through to that other corner, it can. So I can just click here, here, and here. And then I'm going to change my radius to 0.5. So it's a 1/2 inch, and that's a semicircle when you put the two together. So, okay. And now we're getting closer. All right. So just to show you that we are getting closer. Okay, so let's put a hole down here. Again, anytime you want to add geometry to your part, we're going to go to Start 2D Sketch, and we need to tell it which plane we're going to draw the hole on. Okay, I'm going to choose the one down here. So click on that plane. Okay, and then we are going to draw a circle. Now, I want that circle to be like right in the center of this rounded area. To do that, I'm just going to hover my mouse over the rounded area And you notice how the little center point pops up. So now if I drag my mouse over here and click on that green part, once it turns green, and drag my circle out, I can now type in 0.5, enter, and now I've got a 1/2 inch circle exactly centered in that radius there. Okay, so finish sketch. All right, now let's extrude it. This time it wants to go up. We want it to go down. So I'm going to hit direction 2. Don't worry that it's past the bottom of the bracket. That's okay. And click OK. And you can see now if I go to my isometric view here, we are starting to look a lot like the other one. All right, so let's put this last one. We're going to do this other hole in a different way. We're still going to start a 2D sketch, still going to choose this plane up here, okay? But this time I want to put a little point there for reference. So again, hover over this curve, and then when it turns black, find that center point. When it turns green, click, and now hit finish sketch. And what it's done is it's made a little center marker on there. So now I can go to my hole tool, and you can see that it automatically finds that center marker. And you're going to have a couple options here, but the ones that you want are simple hole with a counter bore. So make sure this is selected. And then for the termination, we want to do distance. Okay, if you have this, you're not going to have all the numbers down here that I do. So click distance, and we're going to go ahead and make sure these are all the same. So I'm going to choose here, instead of 0.5, I'm going to put actually, let me check. Yeah, 0.5 is what we want. So make sure yours says 0.5. Okay, and then the distance of the countersink, which is this little area from here to here, is going to be up here. You might have yours at 0.25 like that. We actually want it to be at 0.125 so that it doesn't drill all the way through the bracket. And then the distance through 1 inch is way more than we need. If we wanted to change to 0.2, it's still going to go through, but that overall distance just means it's going to go all the way through. Click OK. And there you have it. We have the same part. We have recreated it with a bunch of different ways. It's exactly accurate. If I hit my home screen right here and go back to this angle bracket here, you can see I can flip between the two, and it's exactly the same. Okay, so you are going to recreate this, and when you are done, you are going to File, Save it in your Google Drive, and that's it. This is a basic part. It's somewhat complicated to make, but you can see how you can make it exactly accurate and do exactly what you want with Inventor. It's a very good program for this kind of thing. So have a good time trying to make this, and good luck.